Okay everyone, here's a quick video on how you can find all the setups that Mark Minervini and all these guys are trading using ProTrader for a fraction of the cost that some of these other platforms charge. Okay, ProTrader is a company that's been around since the late 1990s, delivering stock software. It's lasted the test of time, others have come and gone, we're still here, we're still growing, and we do not rip our members off, right? Look at just without kind of, a lot of respect for Minervini. He's awesome, a great trader, but here's his platform. He charges $4.99 US a month. Okay. Now, you can't tell me that his systems, he comes up with all these ridiculous names, the strongest relative, blah, 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 top technical profile, TPI rank. Guys, it's all bullshit. All right. All this stuff. It's just if you use ProTrader if you only want US stocks, it costs $19 US a month to use ProTrader. All of Minervini's trades gets found. Okay. If you want to find it, there are a few key scans to do. The Darvis scan is one of them. Okay. You scan for a 50 period Darvis. You can play around the confirmation, but we've got 7 period confirmation, and you put these filters in. Minervini, Dan Zanga, all these guys always talk about relative strength. We have a relative strength filter. You put above 80, so it only finds stocks with a relative strength above 80, and I always also put a filter in so it only finds stocks above its 21 exponential. Then you scan the NASDAQ or the NISI markets or whatever you want to scan, okay? Now, these are the Darvis scans here, so you can go back and find previous boxes that came up with that exact scan, okay? And so SNDK, all these stocks that Minervini talks about in his private access, the MU trade, right? We talked about it on ProTrader. We did videos before it broke out. We posted in our trading room. It came up here. This is this stock here that Minervini was getting in here, and he got out at 600 something bucks. This thing doubled from there, right? There's nothing magic about the guy, okay? Other than maybe his business is magic, where he can get away with charging that much per month for access to a charting platform that I promise you is probably way more complex and convoluted to use than ProTrader. Here's a relative strength rating. Here's the signals. And if you do it consistently, you find all the VCPs. Let me show you another few examples. Minervini's been talking about how he has traded the MVL trade, okay? Now, here we go. It came up in the same scan, right? It's nothing magic. It's not as if when you pay for Minervini's, all this money, that he's going to prevent you getting in fake breakouts. It's going to happen no matter what. There's no holy grail where you can just pay for some guru's, trading platform for a fortune per month and then never get stuck in a losing trade. It's just not going to happen, guys. Like he's selling you fairy dust, right? And so let's just quickly touch on another one. SMDK, and the last one, and the other one I wanted to chat on was Lily. All right, so let's just quickly go to Lily. All right, Minervini was getting in this as it was breaking out of this little pivot back here, okay? Now, once again, of course it comes up. It's got relative strength here of 90. It's coming up in a Darvis box. Okay, it's just, you do not need to pay a fortune for this stuff. Every single winner, it doesn't matter if it's Zanga. We did a video a month or two ago about Dan Zanga and some of his winning trades. It just doesn't matter what stock it is. The VCP setups all get found using ProTrader. The Darvis scan finds most of them, okay? The inside bar scan here, where you're scanning for inside range bars, that finds others, okay? There are countless other scans that can find it. We have other base scans up here. You can get in here and you can do, what's called a Frank's pattern, which is just a nice big tight base that forms over many, many weeks, okay? If you think back to say NVIDIA, right? And some of the moves it had back in the day, remember these bases back here, right? This came up, right? Let's just go back here and I'll show you. This was coming up in all these Darvis box scans, okay? But this one's so old, it's not coming up anymore. But all these things, right? Just classic big bases ProTrader members were all over this stuff. Okay, this was something that Minervini was in, of course, and and it came up in all these in ProTrader too. There's just no reason. Like you work hard for your cash. You may as well save all this. They say it's saving 50%. What a crop of shit, right? Like you may as well save all your cash and invest it in stocks and put it into your trading account. Don't waste it down the drain, okay, with all this shit. If Minervini was like a multi-millionaire, I don't know why you'd need to do this, right? Like, I've done okay from trading. I charge $19 US a month, and I'm doing it because I love this shit, right? Not because I'm trying to rip people off, right? So just, if you're dubious, get a trial. It doesn't cost anything. Play around with it, and you'll find that all the greatest setups out there get found using ProTrader. If you're a breakout trader, a VCP trader, someone that likes to get into stocks that are in uptrends, a bit like Dan Zanger or Kunamali or Mark Minervini or whatever, then ProTrader is like perfect for you. It was built, it was modeled off Nick Davis back in the day, okay? He's the guy in the 1960s that traded stocks and, made, equivalent of 2 million back in the 60s, okay? But there's just countless examples of that I could go through. Tesla's one of these ones that's just come up. All the VCPs and Teslas have been found using our system. So the system was invented for to trade Davis boxes really, but it's just perfect for VCPs. It doesn't matter how you spin it, guys. Like what name you come up with, to call the trading and all these setups, VCPs, whatever. ProTrader was trading this stuff way before people started coming up with all these names, and just jump in the system, try it out. But if you can't find the setups, then I promise you it's not because the system isn't finding them, it's because you're not looking. Take care, get in it. Cheers, bye.